Hey baby dolls, I got some bullish GOFURS news, and then we're going to continue to the truth about the warm-up alt season in Bitcoin halvening year. The bullish GOFURS news though, friends, it's all related. You see, the CFO, who Dipcatcher may or may not know, of GOFURS, they've announced they're going to start burning the coins. Now, it's not buy pressure, but it's basically sending a signal to the market that you think that there's 10,000 of the GOFURS out there, 10,000 NFTs, right? And you know, the unit bias, we own one and try to own one. Well, now they're going to start burning it. They're not going to do anything to the bid side. That's going to stay thick. The buys are going to stay thick. But the sell side, the pressure, are going to start chipping it away and burning it. Immediately when this was announced, you see the GOFURS price reacted plus 10% on Ethereum, plus 15% almost on the Pulse chain side. So they're roughly around the same price. Isn't that cool? So now that they've told you that, we don't know how big the number is. I think they used an example of like 2,000 GOFURS. We don't know, but let's say it was 2,000 of the 10,000 burned. It means that its market cap is now 20% cheaper, pretty much. So instead of it being like 18 million, it might go down to like 15 million. So also I made a video just to show you like comparing them, friends. Now, they're not related in protocols, but just valuations. TitanX, and which is like the Hex clone, which is like, you know, very controversial, the green circles. TitanX and GOFURS have around the same market cap. But I'm just showing you, right? If you see similar market cap numbers, they do matter because you're buying the same valuation. You're like, okay, there's a network of this many people and there's a network of this many people. It's the same thing. But you just got to think, all right, GOFURS is an ERC404 liquid JPEG. Now, a mid-curver would say, wait a minute, who cares if it's a liquid JPEG? I don't even like JPEGs. That's the mid-curver trap. ERC404, new, shiny, beautiful. Also, it hasn't had a speculative run. That's another advantage. TitanX had a big hyperwave, hit like 400, 500 million, fully diluted or something huge immediately and then just dumped down. Also, TitanX is like a Hex clone, right? I know people get upset when you say that. I don't care, friends. We're trying to put these labels here. It's a Hex clone, and Hex is a DeFi category. So it's trying to do the Hex derivative, changing up the numbers, but you need more people to keep coming in, just like everything else. But the yield keeps getting dumped on. The whole reason people are in is for the yield. So you really need to replace that yield with people coming in. Otherwise, people get upset and then it spirals down. Now, I hope TitanX comes up around because I know a lot of people put a lot of money in there and I hope it turns out well for them. A lot of people done the ETH staking, but I'm just getting you to see these examples, right? Also, Pulse Chain, PulseX, and Hex, we hope Hex recovers too, right? Because it's like the base money of the ecosystem. But I'm just showing you these relative numbers. So maybe it becomes a more interesting valuation stretch if GOFURS, instead of being, say, 16 million fully diluted or together, what if they were like 80 million and then TitanX was still like 16 million? That discrepancy is interesting. But when they're both same value, just me, not financial advice, I like GOFURS more. That's it. GOFURS, Cycle 1 coin, Cycle 1 narrative. Now, TitanX is also Cycle 1, but its narrative around it is, guess, more related to Hex, which is Cycle 2 DeFi stuff. You got to really change the game when it comes to this. For example, I'm doing the Clip Finance IDO, friends. It's still running live, and they're going to be doing active liquidity management. You can read all about it there. So that's just show you it's an extension of DeFi because you basically don't make money providing liquidity on Uniswap anymore. You need strategies to get like excess yield and surplus yield. And just showing you, and this is how the complexities and stuff build on. So we're basically, remember, the free money was getting into anything DeFi in 2020. Now we got to get like extensions and complex parts of DeFi, maybe related to AI. So you don't know what it is. You don't know how it's going to turn out. So GOFURS, right, with this, I think it's really cool at least to see us be early to this. And I like its chart. It has thick liquidity. I wonder if it'll start a trend because you get to see this, friends, you know, just to let you know, as more people join, you get more mature people. You get people who, they don't want the volatility because they don't get compensated for the upside. So markets slow down. So what they actually want is certainty. They are later adopters. We are in Bitcoin's fourth cycle. People joining in crypto now, right? They are not as visionary as Roger Ver, Richard Hart, Da Vinci back in 2010, 11, 12. They were the visionaries, and Crypto Kobe and stuff. Arthur Hayes. these people coming in now, they're like, oh, you guys are like accepted by Gary Gensler and the corrupt SEC, you know, and Wall Street, and you have the ETF. That's the people coming in now. They have more money, but they're less emotional with their money, and it's harder for them to push up the price as much because one, they don't FOMO buy as much, and two, the liquidity sticker. But people want this over time. Actually, it's just that you want to get in early, and you're betting that the size grows enough that they eventually come in. So this trend, right? GOFURS had a thick liquidity launch. It just means it's harder for big money to move the price up and down as it is other coins. But you got to see, right? Richard's strategy with Hex was like, let's leave the liquidity super thin because we want the price to go up heaps and stuff. But now you just get to see, right? Holding longer in Hex, it's been painful and brutal. And people always will use the example of Bitcoin. But you have learned the lesson, friends. I'm not teaching you this. You've now learned that there is no bear market hedging crypto. There is only Bitcoin. You learned it, not me. It was already written in the charts. Hex says store of value, savings account, all these. You can say these, but the people don't treat it like that. They did not treat it like that. It's very unfortunate. But it is its first cycle. Maybe that's it. It has to dip 95%. Is the next one going to be like that? So if it does work out, you kill it. You're like, okay, the big cycle is the first one, and that dipped the most, just like Bitcoin, and everyone after that should dip less than this. But here's the thing, man. Bitcoin recovered in this bear market. Hex and other altcoins haven't. So now, are you going to take the chance? Let's say Hex is at $1. Don't that be beautiful? Let's spin the helicopter hat as well. Wee-hoo. Let's say Hex hits $1. You're at that point. So don't worry about me. I'm going to be fine. I'm already doing great. I'm asking you, what's your decision going to be? Are you going to stay 100% in Hex? Or are you going to say, wait a minute, when we dropped 98% in the bear market, even if we only dropped minus 90%, we still did not recover for 3 years. Are you going to take that chance? Now, Bitcoin, friends, doesn't make you wait 3 years. It starts reversing after 12 months from the top. It literally starts reversing up. It was back at 30K by like Q1 of 2023. So yeah, it was painful, but like 14 months later, you're back on your way up and it's Bitcoin recovering. Altcoins don't do that. You saw that. We just stay down. You stay down every month for 2023. Down, 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 down. Every single month. Now we're in 2024. Going into like Q1. You see, it's a different game. This is altcoins, man. This is it. But if it works out, you kill it. So that's why we try to pick cycle 1 coins, cycle 1 narratives on average when it comes to lottery tickets, so we can at least push our probability in the nice side so that you succeed, because they don't have these cycle stuff that they've dealt with. Okay, now obviously you still hold Hex, PulseChain, PulseX, but I'm just showing you, if I'm throwing lottery tickets, I'm not throwing an XRP. I'm not throwing a lottery ticket in Litecoin or Tron. I'm throwing lottery tickets. There's a formula and there's timing to it. I wasn't throwing them in 2022 and 2023 as aggressively as now. Every time we did, it got crushed. Every time we tried a bit. But now you get to see ICOs, IDOs, and all these. So you get the picture painted for you now. So I really hope GOFURS, they're also going to do the options DeFi protocol. I don't know how high the price will go. Not financial advice, don't really care. I think it's great though. It would be great if they did an options DeFi protocol. That'd be really cool. Maybe that gives you like a 7x on whatever PulseChain does. So if PulseChain can do a 10x from here, maybe GOFURS does like a freaking 70x from here. Who knows? It depends how big they go. We don't know. Peer-to-peer, options DeFi. It's all a risk, isn't it? Now, friends, I want to speak to you about, this is some harsh truth. Now, harsh truth. In a Bitcoin halvening year, only cycle 1 narratives and cycle 1 coins pumped decently. The older core coins did not move until Bitcoin broke its all-time high. You see this? This is the others index today. Now, I can actually show you others as well. Today, just confirm, friends, is this line going up or down? Okay. Is this up to the right or down to the right? Okay, it's up and to the right. Thank you. So we can confirm that since actually June 2023, the coins outside the top 10 of crypto have been rising more than Bitcoin. Okay, not guessing, not trying to like gaslight anybody or say, no, it's not happening. We know what's happening. Now, in here we saw, right, throughout this season, friends, we saw meme coins had another run. Okay, a similar Pepe run, a Pepe 2 run. We saw Solana have a season run. We saw Bold Chain. These other memes, they're starting to happen here. We also saw now Starkware, Dogshit, also has launched their $19 billion grift. Jupiter as well. So they're launching all these coins. I've also just recently reported as well. So shout out to Crypto Banter Show Ran, who's a friend of the channel. They're now making titles, top 5 coins needed to retire. Buy any of these 5 coins out of top 20. They don't write these in the bear market, friends. Your friend Sommy here writes that in the bear market. I buy, hey, these are the depression zone. You got to keep buying. And I look like a stupid idiot. I still look stupid, don't I? Yes, these are the coins. I'm like that. I'm buying and accumulating, and more will open up. So those hot, flashy ones, they don't appear when it's dead. So I'd like to ask you, I'm looking at all these evidence, all these seasons, things are happening. Okay, things are happening. Yeah, friends, that's why it's tough. That's why people rush in to the cycle 1 coin and narrative. Now you see why in a Bitcoin halvening year, because nothing else is moving. Only those new things. So what moved in 2020? It was DeFi. You see this? Now, if you want to know, friends, by the way, this is the exact top, but there was still a residual month here of September where things kind of moved, but they're actually sinking down. All right. So I'm going to measure for you when it had to get out, but I'm going to measure the exact days it took to the August 2020. That's 385 days. Okay. So how long have we been going on for now? It is 259 days by the time you've actually seen this. Okay, 259 days, 260 days. So if we go to 359 days, it actually brings us to May, June, which is coincidentally when they're expected to cut rates by the US Fed. Coincidentally. So somewhere in this zone, that's why I'm kind of hoping like, woo, something like that happens. Okay, if that happens down, then we have a hangover. Don't worry, everyone's going to be really bearish and crying here. You're going to be begging for my bullish videos here. And then, sweet, Bitcoin breaks the all-time high, alt season. And this, you got to get out. Literally, it's game over at this point. All right, that's if it happens again. I've just been telling you, friends. People ask me, hey, why didn't you talk about this a long time ago? I did, but I'm just so skeptical of the 4-year cycle. I was like, we need just more evidence to get closer to the 4-year cycle repeating that we can do it. Because back then, friends, a year ago, we were just hoping to get off the lows. Can you please recover? Can Bitcoin please recover? Now we're just moving closer. It is what it is, okay? So that's what's been happening, and you get to see it right now. So I've written here for you. This is why, friends, literally highest value content by far. Not even close. Not even close. Not charging a $5,000 mastermind course. I don't have any leverage trading links. If I participate in any IDO or whatever, I tell you the price I'm getting. I even spend time showing you how you can participate in the free ones for paid. All the research I do, friends. And I showed you ratios. I showed you getting stuff early. Literally just handing out value over and over and over again. Because I just know this cycle is bigger than you and me, whatever. And it is what it is. Now, interesting. I haven't made a single sell video yet. Whenever I go out there, people make these accusations. They're like, you're playing both sides. You're playing both sides. Bro, what side? Okay, there's only one side. It's bullish side. Okay, just because I said your little shitty $1,000 isn't going to make you 1,000x doesn't mean I'm bearish. It means you're going to hold too long, and everybody else who listened to me, okay, wearing the helicopter hat, buying in the depression, they're going to have an exit point much earlier. In case the X factor top signals appear, they will be ready to act. Whereas everybody else sitting there, we're going to do 100x or 500x. What does that do, bro? The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Telling people we are doing 100x, we are doing 500x, we are doing these. You think you're doing them a favor. You are not doing them a favor. Instead, what you're telling them is your little $1,000, because that's the average pulse chain sacrifice, for example, you don't have to touch it. You don't have to be a man or a real woman with strong ovaries and actually buy more. You don't actually have to put more on the line anymore. You are safe. And they're like, okay, sweet. I'm just going to roll around. My little 100x, 1000x is definitely coming. I hope it comes, man. But I've just told you thousands of times of scenarios. There are plenty of paths where that does not happen. So I'm not wasting this cycle after all the hard work we've done. Okay, you got to think about whether you want to as well. So that's why Cycle 1 coins and Cycle 1 narratives, part of wasting it on that topic is what people will do is they'll stick to their own one things. Well, I literally, friends, there is no book or Bible you can read out there. I am the book. I made the book. I'm telling you the framework. I've given it to you for free. I've told you. Cycle 1 coins, Cycle 1 narratives. No other big YouTuber speaks about it. There's no one to learn about. I figured it out. I'm here 18 hours a day spinning on my squeaky chair. You saw me. And these pointy elbows, friends. Time and time again. No other teams, no other reports or analysts or anything else. None of them. They do not put a flame to us. Nothing. We figured it out. Now we just got to hold and not psych yourself out. Cycle 1 coins, Cycle 1 narratives. Also, don't mid-curve yourself. I kept telling you what everybody thinks is a Cycle 1 narrative. Usually, most of the time, isn't. So you also got to be careful of the pricing you get in. Yes, crypto's hard. We get it. But at least we're being pointed in the right direction. You're very, very welcome. That's why, friends, I don't ask anything from you. But if we make it, tip me 1 ETH in friendship. Sweet. You don't have to buy any of the coins I talk about. I don't really care. I don't really care. I'll make it anyway. I want you, at least, just think about, all right, you have to be a trained assassin. I'm trying to train you as an assassin. You must be able to execute when the time comes. Look how bitchy everyone got when I even utter the words, we're already halfway through alt season. I don't know. Does that make you upset if I said that? They lost their minds. Talk about like, you know what that, friends? Overexposed. As soon as I say that, like, oh, overexposed. Just imagine how ferocious the crowd's voice will be at the top when I say, well, unfortunately, Bitcoin's 80K. We've been running a long time. Altcoins have now topped out 1 year after Bitcoin halvening. And we have 50,000 top signals. Ty Lopez has launched the coin. Bitcoin 80K. You're all hoping for 100. There's not a single person bearish. Open interest, record highs. This is really, really dangerous. Cover yourself. Do something for yourself. I'm not saying sell everything. I'm saying having 0% stable coins here is the wrong portfolio. Maybe you can look towards 5, 10, 20, 40, 50. Cover yourself in both scenarios. So when I make that post, friends, I'm not even going to read the comments, but I already know it's going to be wrong, jealous. He doesn't want us to succeed. How do I know that? That's the exact same things everybody said to like Ivan in the comment section when he was saying, guys, I think we're topping out around here in Q1 of 2021. Okay, so I've been here before. All right, so I'm here 18 hours a day telling you it happened. Aren't you glad you have a video recorder like me? You literally, you get to watch this on YouTube, friends. You get to replay this video for free. You're very, very welcome. So DeFi is what moved in 2020. We are now in another Bitcoin halvening year, 2024. AI and Injective and these other weird gaming coins, all this stuff is moving. Now, they're hard to get on, friends. I know they're hard to get on. That's why these things eventually catch on, because everybody ends up selling the stuff not moving to go buy them. But what ends up happening is in the next year, right, traditionally, when Bitcoin breaks the all-time high, people realize they got grifted. They sold the bags that weren't moving to go buy the tops of Cycle 1 coin narratives, but they are going to have more aggressive downturns, and there's a higher chance you get wrecked because you're buying stuff that just moved, and it could have just been new projects launching just to take advantage of people who want to buy into that new cycle narrative, like a new ERC404, for example, or a new AI coin, you see, or a new decentralized penis, DPIN network, whatever it is, okay? So on average, you get to buy into those dumps, which is very unfortunate because then you get dumped on, you miss the whole bull market. I had parts of my portfolio that unfortunately copped this. I bought into the top of DeFi. It wasn't even the top, right? But it was the top, yeah, because I dropped 70%. I get in not knowing that's still expensive. The ICO people are still up 30x. The insiders are still up 30x and they're dumping on me the whole way. And then those coins never recovered in 2021. Instead, what happened in the bull market was new narratives appeared. Meme coins. You saw Mr. B Roots crush it with Shiba Inu, right? Because of the Doge mania. Gaming, NFT, Metaverse. These were the noise. DeFi 2.0 came. They didn't even want to touch the old DeFi. It was a new Ponzi DeFi. You see, those are the new narratives that appeared. And then everybody who bought DeFi in 2020 got destroyed. So my goal in 2024 this year is to just sniff out, is there something we can try to participate in, right? Throw your lottery tickets around that might be that DeFi replica. So far, doesn't seem like anything is. It seems like just like everything's going up. But not yet. The year's not over yet. Remember, DeFi really got everyone's attention in June, July of 2020. So 6-7 months into the year. We're only in Feb. Okay, we could be holding on to stuff that's going to move right now. We have no idea. Okay, so when that happens, we're going to be ready. But also, we're going to be ready to sell them and rotate into more core altcoin bags. You might stack more Hex, you might stack more Pulse, PulseX, whatever it is. You like Chainlink, Some of you guys want to stack Solana, Cardano. You want to stack more BNB, Matic, whatever it is, Phantom Chain, any of the newer chains. I don't care what it is you stack. Stack more core coins. Because that season, if that happens, it's going to be great. It's going to be juicy. But the crowd's going to be upset. Now, after all this, you might be wondering, how on earth is everyone going to be upset at all of that? It's because right now we're in disbelief. I'm in lottery tickets that people don't believe are going to grow to anything. When they finally grow, and most of you participated too, when they finally grow, you know all those people watching? They end up buying in at the tops. They end up buying little dips up there, 20% dips. They don't know it's run up heaps. They're in denial because they think this thing really is the future. And then, unfortunately, friends, I'm going to unfortunately be Mr. Unpopular again, telling you, hey, the thing you're buying into, you should have listened to your friend Tommy at the beginning of the year, at the lows, when everyone was calling me a scammer and a grifter and it was never going to work. And I'm like, oh, sweet, now I've got morning wood. Sweet, you're all against me? All right, I know what I'm doing is right then. That's when you should have been buying. Not when it's had a 5-6 month room to breathe, right? And now all the other big mainstream influencers are telling you this thing's going to be the next big thing when Bitcoin breaks $70,000. You've learned almost too much today. I wonder if I should charge for this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, bell button, or don't forget it loves you. Catch you soon.